Absolutely. Yeah. We're gonna have a conversation about this. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to Mighty LDBC. This is Painful Excellence Podcast. Broadcasting on both my channels because I can. Yeah, there's a method to my madness. So if you hear from Drew Titan LLC, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Pep Talk, the Painful Excellence Podcast. Yeah. Let's do this roll call real quick. David High in the building. Lambros K, Rod Neal, Eric Jordan, my brother Paul Carrick. Salute. Jeff Spark, main biker, Chiquilla Fields. What up, Queen? Eric Jordan in the building. Night Train, the international Quiet Storm. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that back. Quiet Storm. I'm bringing that back. Don't worry, I'm bringing that back. Phenomenal Mexican. Amanon, salute, sis. I did not forget you. I have a lot of life happening. A whole lot of life happening. I did not forget you. I promise, babe. I promise. Pay Style, salute. Cody Cooper, appreciate you. Derek Gaines, the legend in the building, salute. So let's talk about it. And I want to hold y'all. Champion first, what's going on? I don't want to hold y'all here all night. I saw this. I guess this is a. I guess this was a conversation on Instagram. And when I see things like this, what I do is I screenshot it because it's Showtime Majors was good. It's not difficult for me to come up with a topic, especially when I'm having adult conversations in real life, with real life situations. I saw this and I'm looking at this woman's picture, and she says financial dating is where it's at. I said, wow. So, in this era of modern women, my wheels got turned, and I said, you know what? I want to narrow this down. I want to attempt to narrow this down. Knowing what I know in this current atmosphere of dating, with marriage being down, with the wants of women. J Man in the building, Stormy B Man. If y'all missed Nerd Zone Culture this evening, you're gonna have to go to Stormy B Man's Patreon to catch up on it. We had a ball. We talking about Black Dynamite. So go subscribe to Stormy B Man's Patreon. So yeah. So this woman posts this. Now I'm not, I don't know her to disrespect her. I just found this very odd for me. So what I did, I went to the Google search and I said, before I jump off the roof, let me see something. So I put in financial dating because she says this is where it's at. Now, I don't know this young lady to judge her, but I put in financial dating in the Google search and an AI overview gave me this. I need you to, now it says AI, right? Now I'm going to give you what it is, right? What AI says it is. But what do we know about AI? It's not real. Sometimes, how many times you put something in spell check and it gives you how many times you've been typing something or texting something and it auto corrects into something that you clearly didn't say? So now that the AI has given a definition of financial dating, I'm going to read this to you. And I want you to let me know if this applies to modern women. Okay. Financial dating, AI overview. Financial dating refers to the importance of financial compatibility and having open conversations about money when dating. Can I ask you a question? Right off the bat. When you're in the dating process, why are you discussing your finances? Let me not jump the gun. Because you know something? When men are dating women, how many men, when you were single, I don't know if y'all married or in a long-term relationship, when did you bring up the woman you're dating? When did you question her finances? When did y'all discuss finances unless you were discussing what? Marriage. And when marriage is down, what are you discussing financial dating from? What is financial dating? Well, let me continue to read. This was crazy. Financial compatibility can help couples work towards shared goals in the future, such as buying a home or planning for retirement. Sounds good? You could hook up with your friend for that. It's called a roommate. Oh, but I'm sorry. Everyone has needs, right? Blazes Pip, salute. Everyone has these needs, sexual needs, Don't tell me the women don't. Every woman that claim they're single, they've chosen a man to knock their spine out of alignment. Believe that. They have. So now in the dating stage, not a husband and wife, they're not working towards marriage. This is financial dating. Look, I'm trying to retire. Let's get this house and up. Is that what this woman means? Let me read further. Here's some tips. AI is giving you tips for talking about money while dating. Start slowly. Begin by discussing minor financial topics like how date ideas fit into your partner's budget. Oh my God. All right. Be casual. Ask open-ended questions and keep the conversation light and fun. I made $75,000 last year. How much did you make? A little more, a little less? Ha! Now, mind you, clearly, this conversation is reserved for women when talking to men. Choose the right time. It can be stressful to talk about sensitive topics like student loans or salaries. So pick a good time to bring them up. Now, wait a minute. Let me stop right there for a second. Student loans, automatically I think of women. You know why? I'll tell you why. They always talk about how women are kicking men's asses as far as, school is concerned. Y'all got degrees and everything. Y'all are the most enrolled. But why is it that with all that education, when you look at the facts, data, and statistics, you find that men make more money? With all your education, we're making more money. What's going on here? You want to know how I know that this is nonsense? There are more, oh my God, there are more single mothers than there are men with like baby daddies. Because men are rich or in the middle class. A majority of men are. There are more well-off men than they are well-off women. And part of the reason is because a lot of these women are single mothers. Cameron Field, salute. Boxing Fan Ties 4 in that super chat. He says, Beesh, stop dating men who live in mommy's house. Exactly, they can't, because if he look good, he's going to get those cheeks. Yeah, J-Man, we're going to get to that. Look at this. So when they say student loan, I'm like, okay, so if I'm looking to build with you, and let's say I'm a man who agrees with this financial dating idea, I'm looking to build with you. Are you late on your student loan? Are you? Are you late with your student loan? Are you, when are you going to pay it off? How much is it? So I like how these women have all these debt Pound for pound, they have more debt than us. But they want to financially check us. A lot of us are fine. A lot of men are fine. It's y'all that are bringing debt to the table and kids out of wet. I mean, come on, bro, with this. And I just Googled this a little while ago. Be positive. Use positive language and don't be shocked if your partner shares something shocking like 6-figure credit card debt. Real quick. Let me look at something. Let me look up something. They found that among men and women of similar ages, men and women have nearly identical credit scores, but the average man's score is slightly higher. Just Google it, but whatever. Be aware of red flags. It can be more shocking if your partner won't talk about money. Mellow, salute. If you're out on a date, when is the right time for a woman to start digging in the man's bank account and knowing how much his net worth is and all this other stuff? When is that okay? Tell me. It's a little offensive. I'm going to be very frank. I think men should initiate the financial side of the relationship. I think we should initiate it. Once we start getting serious, especially if a man's trying to build towards something, the men should initiate that, because if he's looking to walk the aisle with you, which should be everyone's end game, usually, I just read it to you, women have the worst credit of the two. Men have slightly higher credit. Yeah, you're great. You know, you look good. You smell good. Everything is cool. Darius, what up? Everything is cool. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. You got a degree? How much student loan do you have? Are you late with your bills? What's your credit look like? Because once we decide to roll together, your debt becomes my debt. So how much debt are you bringing to the table? Let's be specific. Let's not just ask, what do you bring to the table? If you're a single mom, I know what you bring to the table. But some men deal with that, fine. If you got $100,000 in debt that's not under control, we are pumping the brakes on marriage until you get that under control. And let's be honest, based off of what kind of person you are, not everyone's perfect. Sometimes people make mistakes as far as, debt and everything else. Depending on, your significant other, they might be able to help you pay down that loan. Who knows? But I feel a man should initiate the conversation as far as finances is concerned. Women already have a bad reputation of it. Why are you asking how much money I make? Now watch this. Let's say I make, strong 6 figures. My middle credit score is like an 820 or something crazy like that. That car in my garage, I got about another 12 months of payments on it. And I have an option to keep it or get rid of it and get another one. I got 2 credit cards, only use them for emergencies. There's a zero balance on them. $20,000 line of credit on each of them or something crazy like that. I'm just throwing stuff out there. So I'm good. Getting with you might be a liability. So what do you bring to the table? Because dealing with you, I might take a step backwards. Now, if we rocking like that, I might be able to help you. Maybe you don't know how money works. Maybe you make a lot of money, but you don't know how to pay stuff off so it doesn't affect your credit. Maybe you can sit down and let me show you how to balance a checkbook, per se. Maybe you need that. And if you're open to that conversation, let's have it. But a woman sitting across from you from the dinner table asking about your finances, I find that quite offensive. Especially in this atmosphere. I'm lucky, man. I'm happily married and I don't have the problems that these brothers are dealing with. Yo, listen, it's so bad that brothers have literally gotten passports and they fled the country to explore their options. Kane, what up? They didn't just up and decide to do that to be mean. They're looking around like, what the hell? These are my options? No, I'm gonna explore them elsewhere. BFTB, salute. I'm gonna explore them elsewhere. That's what I'm gonna do. This is what you left the brothers with. So when I see sisters, and I'm gonna put this back up there so you can look at it. When I see sisters saying this, financial dating is where it's at. Do you reserve the right to have a conversation about a man and his finances when the data shows that a majority of us are all right? So when we say things like, what do you bring to the table? A child out of wedlock? Maybe a man is cool with that. Most aren't. But if he got A1 credit, he ain't like super duper rich, but he has A1 credit. He has a great salary. He has money in the bank, zero debt. And all his bills are under control. And you're not. What gives you the right to question him? For you to question him, you better be as under control as the man that I just gave the example of. You better have zero debt, making six figures, no kids, or if you have a child, you have no baby daddy issues. Because that's a sacrifice. This financial dating thing, and it would be created by AI. Look at this. Take breaks. It's okay to take a break if a conversation doesn't go well at first. You see, all of these is what ifs. And I'm telling you, sisters, right now, if you listen to this, this is created by, it says AI overview. This is a bad look. This is a bad look. All right, I'm only talking about finances. Back when I was single, I only talked about finances with, and I married her. All right, let's just say that. And let me tell you why this is not a good deal for us, for men. I just gave you the overview of financial dating, right? This is real stuff. You're sitting across the dinner table. Oh, I'm sorry. If Shorty want to have a conversation about financial dating with you, right? But she don't want to eat at the cheesecake. All right, cool. All right. But watch this. I just said you should only be having that conversation for a long-term process, right? You know what wasn't in that AI generated explanation? Thank you, Stormy. Let me put that up there. AI, an insult to your intelligence. You're only supposed to have that conversation with a woman you're courting. And she has to be 110% in compliance with what you're trying to do. Let's not get it confused. You know why? Why would you be having a conversation about financial dating with a chick you're not serious with? With these modern women just turning around looking for a come up every 5 seconds. Because let me remind you, women are more likely to initiate divorce than men, with studies showing that women initiate about 70% of divorces. This is true across different types of relationships, including dating, cohabiting, and marriage. Dating, cohabiting, and marriage. Whoa! What? And you want to talk to me about financial dating? Let me paint this picture. Kondo, my brother, what up? Let me paint this picture for you. Noah, what's good? Imagine you get into this pact with this chick, and you know these chicks, they not big on marriage today because they can do it by themselves. And they see something in you because you're responsible. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, you got a little snatch waist, you got a little booty. What do I get out of this? Well, I make as much money as you make, but you know, if we get together, we could buy this house, or we could buy property. Love is a word, salute. We could do this, we could do this, we can do this, and it sounds good. You get the house, you get the cars, you're getting some kitty cat in return, right? Guess what? Whatever you accumulated with her, unless your paperwork is correct, when she decides not to date you anymore, guess what? You go ahead and fight her in court for that. Don't be in California. I'm going to tell you that straight up and down. Unless it's an absolute, thank you, main bike. It's called community property. So unless everything y'all have is a written agreement, like you're a business, you're in business together, and you agree that we bought this house, and if our relationship goes, 50% of this is mine, which means one of us is going to stay, one of us is going to leave, and if the house is sold, I get 50% of whatever it's sold for. Now, can I ask y'all, ATL, what up, brother? Can I ask y'all a question? For all of that, why aren't you just married? Because this might be a whole other show. Men aren't running from marriage. You know what they're running from? Divorce. The end game can be insanely ugly. Andrew, what up? Yeah, Andrew, but you know what? These women are slick. These women are slick. Because one of my brothers is going through something right now. She tried to go, man. They live in another state, but she tried to get things moving in California. Tried to get him to commit to certain things in the state of California. And he's in litigation right now as we speak, dealing with that bullshit. Whatever. But financial dating, these women are going through great lengths to secure their bag without the M word. They're going through great lengths. Snoopy, what up? They're going through great lengths. Great lengths. Financial dating, you really don't want to get married. You really don't want to get married. Shorty said financial dating is where it's at. And I just gave you the AI generated definition. And they're giving these ladies advice on how to do it. Let me be very clear. For a woman to financially date, you think she's dating equal or up? Because she ain't dating down. You know, y'all heard that bullshit, right? Oh my God, we're educated, we're making more money, and the options are minor. You know, we're dating down. So let me get this straight. You got your degree, yes. You work at a firm somewhere, yes. You make $250,000 a year, yes. You can't date a man making $80,000 a year, $100,000 a year, no. Why? That's dating down. So you want to date someone equal or up? Yeah. So let me get this. Okay. So you want to date someone that makes as much money as you or more? Yes. So wouldn't that dude be dating down by dealing with you? Oh. Well, let's not stop there. What the fuck have men been doing all these years then? If dating down is defined by your salary, I've been dating down my whole life. You see, ladies, and these are well-educated women with this bullshit. You see, ladies, let me explain something. Y'all have something in between your legs that certain men will do a lot for. The ugly buck-toothed chick that works at Popeyes can still get laid. But the ugly buck-toothed dude that works at Popeyes will have to work really hard to get laid. There's always going to be some guy out there willing to plow you. There's going to be some guy out there, oh, word, all it takes to get in your drawers is some Applebee's and a pair of Jordans. I got that. Let's see what those tonsils feel like when I'm throat poking you. Is that all your mouth is worth? Dudes got that all day. So what? You understand? But the fat buck-toothed brother working at Popeyes with the Coke bottle eyeglasses, he can't help how he looks. That's just how he was dealt. That's the cards he was dealt. Nothing. He has to save his Popeyes check and go to a massage parlor and gets the jacking off over there. Something. That's how he's gonna get it. Y'all have some life advantages, but there's dudes that are career men go up inside Popeyes and they see the chick, may I take your order? And she has the fitted uniform and she's curvy, like, whoa, what's your name? Here's my business card. Check me. She's calling. You know why? She's making minimum wage. She's working at Popeyes all day. She smell like chicken. She's calling as soon as she go on break. As soon as he leave the front of the register. As soon as he pull out in his Lexus, she's texting him, just making sure this is really you. Yeah. He's smashing that next night. Is he dating down? Do y'all count that? Is he dating down? What if a man said, what if he was asked, hey, could you date a chick if she worked at Popeyes? And he said, if she owned the Popeyes. Wouldn't that sound a little funny coming from a dude? What do you mean if she owned the Popeyes? The question is, could you date her? Normally, you know how men are supposed to respond is, well, how does she look? Is she beautiful? Is she a sweet person? Why is she working at Popeyes? We don't ask if she's a manager or whatever. That's just not what we do. We want to know if she look good. What kind of person is she? But you know who was asked, could you date a bus driver? And she said, well, if he owned the bus. And by the way, was she financially dating? Was she financially dating? Yeah, I know who I'm talking about. In her 50s or in her late 40s, mid to late 40s. Anthony, what up? Snoopy. Was she financial dating? You know why? She had a zaddy. And he was a millionaire. And what happened? He said, I don't want to fuck with you. And his kids was grown. And what happened with her? She chose to procreate by way of science, right? By way of science. Right? And she's going to be a single mother by choice. Now, how ridiculous is that? Oh, no, Kane. She never did. But she I guess she has finances that she was able to self-impregnate by way of science, and she's going to be a single mother because she never found the bus driver that owned the bus company. She had a white millionaire, and he broke up with her. He was dating down. So Ebony K. Williams is now a single mom by choice. And that's a whole other show. Ladies, your looks eventually run out. And Ebony K. Williams is over 40. And her finances, because getting pregnant by way of science, that's an expensive process. Very expensive. So when she was telling that, all these girls told me, yeah, go girl, I'm gonna do that, girl. Not working at Popeyes. Oh my God.
Whoa! What the
Go! She on The View talking about it. I'm like, yo, she's over 40. She's done. Her light skin powers have worn off. It's over with. It's over with. It's done. It's over. All of that posturing you doing, she ran into her husband at least 5 times in her life. Good dudes, but they weren't good enough for her. They probably weren't in a line of work that she could appreciate or nothing. And I could tell you right now, this bus driver right here, please, I could totally bag her. Put us in the same lounge. I clean up real nice. I already look good. Put us in the same lounge. Guaranteed I'd bag her. As soon as she said, what do you do for a living? Oh, I work for transit. I make 6 figures. But never mind that. What do you do for a living? You're a lawyer by trade? That's cute. Keith says she's been married in D. What do you mean? Oh, she's been divorced. Oh, okay, well, she failed. I wonder who initiated that divorce. Is she the 70% that initiates divorce? And then she dated up a millionaire. And he dated down and he got rid of her. And now she's a single mom by choice. Do you hear this? Do you hear this? So when I say what is financial dating, she won't date the bus driver because he don't own the bus. But she did date the millionaire, and the millionaire didn't want anything to do with her. You see? And she wants to get on here and drag men and talk about they're failing in the leadership. You remember that short video I did? Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? Eric Jordan, that super chat salute. He said the majority of men in general date down because men are programmed different from what we look for in a woman. That woman does men want food, sex, and sound. That's what we want. We're very simple creatures, man. You know when it gets difficult? When a woman dates a dude that she has no business being with, and she takes on a project. She tries to transform him into something that she knows he's not. And she starts driving herself crazy trying to change the dude. You can't change no dude. You can't change no chick. Because when people show you who they are, what you're supposed to do? Believe them. You understand? Thank you. Young Abel in that super chat. He said Vivica Fox can join Ebony Williams. Straight to the trash. Exactly. Vivica Fox is in her 60s. You remember when she was the thing to get? Yo, bro, you remember in Independence Day with Will Smith? She was an exotic dancer, right? Remember that scene when she hopped off the pole and she walked backstage in the locker room? There was this one part where she was walking and you saw the bubble. I rewound that part so many times. It's like, damn. She was popping. And now look. Look, man, Father Time's undefeated. And I don't have to clown her. OG, the real OG, Mr. Monk. Salute. Yeah. Exactly, Cameron. You got to believe him the first time. Now watch this. The one boyfriend that we knew she had was 50 Cent. Was he dating down? Because she was Hollywood, right? She wasn't really that like super duper Hollywood, but she was enough that the community, the black community recognized her. She was fine. But she wasn't settling for 50 Cent because 50 Cent was popping when he got with her. When he got with her, he said, "Oh man, that's Vivica A. Fox." He got with her, and what happened? You know he smashed, and he said, "You know what? This ain't it." Got rid of her. And I heard she kind of like lost her mind. She was like calling him, and like she like really like went there. Like he was like, "Yo, I can't deal with that, man. Stop calling me or leave me alone." I think she admitted it. She kind of like OD'd, like was calling him like, "Yo, what's up?" Done. He's a rapper, chick. He could literally have any chick. 50 Cent is on another plateau. I did this show about 2-3 weeks ago. High value men or whatever. What happened? You don't even have to be high value. What happens if you're a brother that is used to getting a lot of tail, right? What happens when you take penis off the table? I just did that show. 50 Cent says I'm celibate. So outside of your snatched waist and your twerking moves, 50 Cent is legitimately a high value man. He's been a millionaire for at least 15 years. Rapper, actor, producer, philanthropist, all of that stuff. He took his penis off the market. So now when these chicks are trying to get at him, what do they bring to the table? You got a big booty? He's been there, done that. He's been with the baddest chicks of all ethnicities all around the world. And he's focused right now because he's doing other things. And he understands that these chicks are a distraction. For that day, because these chicks, they ain't gonna bang him for free. They ain't gonna bang him and start making him sandwiches and staying out of his way. They want to be on the boat. They want to be on the yacht. They want to be up in the air and flying in private jets. They want jewelry and clothes. They want all of that. He's like, yo, I'm not. He done laid and played already. He did it for 20 years. Legitimately did it for 20 years. So now he took dick off the table. So the shorties, if you want 50 Cent now, what can you do for him? Because we already established that he'd be dating down. Because we're talking about financial dating, right? Good. You want to give him some top? He can get that anywhere. So what do you bring to the table, Mom? Curtis Jackson, you're in I don't know, you're in somewhere where there's a lot of celebrities, and he's standing there just sipping on some seltzer water. Now it's your chance. What do you say now? He's not concerned about your cleavage. He's not concerned about your snatch waist and your 48-inch booty. He's not concerned that your mouth literally looks like a dirt devil. His penis is off the market. What can you do for him? And then you realize that these chicks don't bring shit to the table. You wouldn't even know how to balance his checkbook. You wouldn't even know how to call the proper people to take care of his properties when he's not there. You don't even know how to be a proper arm piece. You know what I mean when I say that? They are call girls that these millionaires will call, not only for sex, but they know how to act and behave around other millionaires. They can have a conversation. These chicks wouldn't even know how to do that. Do you remember Set It Off with Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett? You remember when, what's his name, took a liking to her and he said, I'm gonna come pick you up and we're gonna go out, whatever. And she was dressed in this bugged out outfit and he was like, nah, I'm taking you to a formal event. can't go dressed like that. He had to take her to buy her a dress. That was a very telling moment. Because most of these sisters, if they got a hold of these millionaire dudes and this upper echelon of man, they wouldn't even know how to act. You want to talk about financial dating? When you're teaching someone how to drive a car, do you teach them how to drive in a goddamn Lamborghini? No, they're going to kill themselves. First of all, first thing they're going to do when they turn the car off, it's going to shut off because it's stick shift. Stop it, man. Financial dating. Please shut up. Main biker in that super chat, much love. He said she was popping. Now she literally almost popping. Yeah. I got a good look at Vivica Fox. And I said, man, I realized Independence Day came out in the 90s, y'all. ID4 came out in the 90s. And I said, man, she's 60. And I saw she was talking and someone was using an iPhone. Those iPhones, they tell the truth, don't they? You see every crater in your face and you see everything. And I said, man, first thing I noticed was she had a lot of makeup on. And then she has what I call, and I'm not being funny, she has the old woman mouth now. I'm not being funny. I'm not being disrespectful. She has the old woman mouth. She talks like my aunt. My aunt is almost 90. And she talks like this now. Kevin Samuels, Karma's a motherfucker now, And she talks like that. Now, she wasn't talking like that in the 90s. I don't know what happens with the face muscles, or I don't know. But I said, oh, shit. And you know what I said? I'm thinking of 50 Cent. He's still relatively young. And I'm looking at her. He can't be seen with her. She's no longer arm candy. If you say you banged Vivica A. Fox, that was something you could say in the 90s, like, I hit Vivica. Word! Now, I hit Vivica. So? Hey, I beat up Joe Frazier. Word. Yeah, I elbow dropped his tombstone. I win. That type of shit. The International Quiet Storm in that super chat, much love. He said, Drew speaking a whole bar. You take the segs off the table, ladies, we see exactly what you are. Exactly. That's why I salute 50 Cent. I was waiting for somebody of status to do that, and he was perfect. This dude was, y'all remember when 50 came out? But that album he put out, I wasn't a 50 Cent guy like that, but I understood it. Classic album, man. G-Unit, classic album. Everybody wanted 50 Cent, man. Oh, I'm talking about the chicks and some of you homos. But the chicks wanted him. And he was the guy to get. He had the muscles. He was a street dude. He shortened Ja Rule's career because Ja Rule was everywhere. He came out, called him a wankster, and it was over with. And he banged on Vivica Fox. Back then, I was like, all right, he's doing it now. And then he left her. 50's a whole boss. Had her calling his phone and blowing him up and, yo, why not me? What's going on now? And now she's 60 years old, picky, mad at men, single, no kids. Chick, you had 50 Cent. You fumbled the rock, but never mind that. Financial dating? Was he dating down? How about this? He was smart not to deal with her, because like I said a second ago, men aren't running from marriage, they running from divorce. Now, if you're a brother that entertains this financial dating foolishness, then cool. Women initiate 70% of the divorces. If for the men that do initiate it, You're still losing your shirt in the process. And I said this a while ago. When you decide to tie the knot, that is the illest one-way contract in the world. And I'm not against marriage. I'm a married man. But I didn't marry anybody that identifies with this modern woman era. I don't. I didn't. I'm blessed, and I thank God every day. Thank God every day. Nicholas, salute. But these brothers out here, Joe, what's going on? These brothers out here, I feel for y'all all day, every day, because I see what y'all are dealing with, and it's bad out here. It's bad. Marriage is a one-way contract, y'all. When you say I do, it is your job to take care of your family financially. You got to keep the water on. You got to keep the roof over their head. You got to keep the electricity on. You got to keep those cell phone bills paid. You got to pay that mortgage, all of that stuff. You got to feed them and shit because everybody want to eat. Because at any point, if you're not doing that, you're not doing your job as a man. And when you fall short of that, your wife can divorce you for not doing that and take your seeds and take the house that you was paying on. And all she got to do is say, you wasn't doing it. All she got to do is say, I just don't want to do it with you anymore. Irreconcilable differences. All right? And you could not want the divorce. If she want it, she gonna get it. She'll take your shit and take your kids. And when she says I do, what court in the world is gonna enforce any of her duties? What are her duties? She has to love you. What court's gonna enforce that? Y'all was supposed to straighten that out when you said I do. Okay, she don't love you anymore. Next. She's supposed to be nurturing. There's no law that says she has to be. She could have been mean when you met her. You just ignored it. Next. She has to be a good mother. If the kids ain't complaining that they're getting physically beaten. Next. There's no law. She can't go to jail for not doing that shit. She don't clean up the house. Next. Everything that we sign up for is enforceable by law. Everything that they're supposed to do is not. But when they get tired of your ass, they can take your shit. So when I see this, what is financial dating? When she says what the financial dating is where it's at, these women don't even want to marry you no more. They want to see you for the mark that you are, build with you, and then perform a hostile takeover. Yeah, man, we did pay off this house. Yeah, man, we do own those properties. Whole time she's gonna be looking for a loophole to try and take all that shit. She needs you and your resources to come up, and then she'll get rid of you and she'll have another dude on the side. I just saw something on Instagram. I don't know if, some of this shit be like fake or whatever, but I just saw something on Instagram. This woman bought a whole lot, some property. She bought an empty lot. Well, there was a lot with a building on it, and she broke up with her man. Once she came up, she broke up with him. So when I see this term financial dating, and then I look at 70% of women calling for divorce, you don't have to financially date. How come you can't team up with your homegirl and y'all could come up like that? Why does it have to be a dude? You get what I'm saying? Y'all know what the Golden Girls was about? Remember the TV show Golden Girls? Those are a bunch of retired women who moved to some state where they don't have to shovel no snow, and their pensions all together was able to grant them to live in this nice house where they lived out the rest of their lives. And they were roommates. They had pensions or whatever together, and they lived down there. I think it was Florida. The Golden Girls. And that was the end of that. So women can't remove the dating. Why don't they call it financial come up? Sisters getting together, buying property, taking care of each other financially. Why can't they just do that? Why do you need a man to do that? Oh, I'm sorry, because like I said, you need your spine knocked out of alignment. And guess what? When they're done with you, the next dude that they choose, usually that dude can't hold a candlestick to you. How do I know that? There's more baby mamas than there are husbands. You ask them, what's up with you? Wow, that junior right there. First of all, he's a junior. But why ain't you with his father? Oh, he wasn't ready to be a husband, but he was ready to knock you up and you. This kid looks just like him, minus the goatee. So he was good enough to carry his seed, but he wasn't ready to be a husband. And guess what? He's still going to be around. You didn't financially date him. You gave him all the cookies in the world, in the car, in the staircase, the roof of the building, in your bedroom, in your mama bedroom. Spit the kid out. Now you want to financially date me? Huh? Prostitution. The practice of engaging in relatively indiscriminate sexual activity in general with someone who is not a spouse or friend in exchange for immediate payment in money or other valuables. Three types of prostitution: street prostitution, brothel prostitution, and escort prostitution. Oldest form of employment in human history. What is financial dating? Why are these women demanding access to your finances? And then they're telling you in this AI explanation, the AI generated explanation, how to tiptoe and dilly-dally around it to make it comfortable. If you're not walking the aisle with this man, you shouldn't be asking about his resources. Don't ask about no man's resources unless you're trying to husband up that dude. What the fuck is this? You sisters, society has made y'all comfortable that y'all think this is okay? Financial dating? You trying to come up with a dude for what exactly? You want to know what his credit score is. Why? Why? When you're a boss chick and you make X amount of dollars and you don't date anybody that makes less than you, why do you have access? Why do you need access to all of his resources? Why can't you just get with one of your girlfriends and build? You see how ridiculous this is? Let me explain something to y'all. Society does not care about men at all. They don't. They don't. When the war comes up, who's on the front line? Us. When they were talking about bringing back the draft and women might be in the draft, these women were having meltdowns. You saw this shit, these military chicks online talking about, I just got in here to get through college and I took a detail where I'm just working in the office and now I'm figuring out, melanin salute, sis. Now I'm figuring out, they're telling me that I might have to get deported to, I have to go somewhere overseas where there might be some actual gunfire. Bitch, you signed up for the military. I know you thought you were going to get a free ride, but now we're in some shit now. You might have to legitimately bust your gun. And these women are crying. And they told me, oh, we might bring back the draft. And these women are like, no, I'm not going if it's a draft. Wait a minute. Equal rights for equal lefts. You want to make the same money as us and everything else. If a war breaks out, if I'm on the front line, you on my left or my right? What's going on? You want to do what men do and make the money we make until it comes time to actually do the goddamn job. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. So you want to make all your money, but you want to have access to some asshole that you want to financially date. If you make 150K, he makes 150K, you want to know what his credit score is like and what can you get out of him. What are you going to do for him, though? What are you going to do for him? I am the table looking ass chicks. Y'all better check that, man. It's false. You're not the table. That type of thinking is what got brothers up in the air in the Philippines right now. And then you try and shame them. That's over, man. That's over. Oh yeah, Condo, we've been to P.E.P. We've been to P.E.P, brother. Hell yeah. P.E.P on deck. These brothers is going to Africa, countries in Africa, the Philippines, countries in Asia. Look, I'm not saying you're going there to find a wife or whatever, but you don't have to stay here. They're talking about financial dating. Now, true, if you don't have good sense here, don't think you're gonna go to another country because you can get robbed out here and get killed out there. That's a whole other conversation. But there's a difference between passport bros and dudes just country hopping just to get laid. There's a difference. Every brother that goes to another country is not a passport bro. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? That's like every girl's not a whore. And what have we been saying? You women that are not whores are standing too close to the women that are whores. But the sisterhood is so tight-knit, y'all not calling them out on their nonsense. Y'all not calling them out. Don't be quiet. Say, yo, no, she's a smut. I'm not with that. Don't just stand there with your hands in your pockets talking about nothing to see here. No. Oh, was she twerking? Or she got a thong on? Oh, no. I don't do that. Oh, yeah, you see me? No. I know her, but I don't do that. You need to remove yourself. Silence is co-signing. Don't stand up for this. Don't stand with the sisterhood to the point where you're ignoring smut behavior. Truth be told, there've been dudes going to DR to blast off since the 90s. I worked around a bunch of dudes. I worked around a bunch of Dominican dudes that took the dudes down there. Oh yeah, I live down there, man. Come down, man. Going down there with a $10 bill having orgies. This is before the internet, y'all. I seen the pictures when you used to have to get them developed at the goddamn Rite Aid or Walmart. Brothers getting together, meeting up with girls down in hedonism in Jamaica. That's been happening. That's been happening since the 80s, man. But let me take it back further than that. You can't shame us. You know why? There's something called mail order brides. When you have to open up a magazine and find a wife from Russia and the Ukraine, you have to look at it in the magazine, and these white men were sending letters. Mark, what up? Sending letters to those girls in there and flying them over. And you see an old fat white man in a golf cart with some little blonde-haired petite woman. Waffle, salute. It's like, who is that? That's his wife. Wife? And she's Ukrainian. Huh? Yeah, that's been happening. Don't act like black men, just American men, because it's not only black men, white men. It's an American woman culture thing. It's all of these women. And I heard this in the UK. Don't act like these men just created it. You know what men figured out? Traveling is not as expensive as it back in the day, in the 80s and 90s. Going on cruises, that was in the black community, it was out of reach to us because what did we see? We saw a lot of white people on those boats. So when you saw white people dressed in evening gowns and dancing on the boat, you thought it was super expensive and out of our reach, and that's just not something that black people did. And then you figured out it's not that expensive. It's not that expensive. The brothers up here, you know what they started doing? They started doing bus rides to ski trips. They weren't really skiing up there. I knew I could do a whole show. Trust me, my Patreon is going to be crazy. I'm going to tell you things that I've seen. When I used to do security, I'm going to tell you I cannot do it on YouTube at all. The ski trips weren't really ski trips. Leaving out of Harlem, 125th Street, those buses, you know what was on those buses? A bunch of strippers. That's why they filled those buses up so quick. You understand? You had that going on. And then you figured out, oh man, you know, cruises? And then they messed around. And when these companies found out that black people spend a lot of money, spoke about that the other night, right? 13% of the population, we spend the most and don't own a damn thing. But whatever. One of the things we spend it on is these crazy ass vacations. I was like, oh man, these niggas want to fill up the boats? They started making these cruises affordable. So our people are on cruises, and then the brothers figured out round trip to the Philippines. The airline is like $1,500. I got that. And my dollar stretched way far down there. I'll spend more money on a Disney vacation than hanging out in one of these countries, and I have a better time. And contrary to popular belief, it's not as dangerous as they make it out to be, depending on where you go. It's not as dangerous. Let me go see. And the women are friendly over there. And we're not talking about some bum-ass dude. We're talking about a dude that's dated. He's in the middle class or wealthy. And every chick he sat across the dinner table from, they're either a single mother or they have these high expectations from you and they're not doing anything. And they got $50,000 of college debt that they don't know how they're going to pay back. You have $50,000 in college debt and you're working an entry-level job and you're only making $50,000 a year. You're never going to pay off that debt because you got to live. Rent, light, gas, probably have a car. She's a liability, but she demands so much from you. And some of these chicks are just financially dating. Take your shit and explore your options. And what men have understood, and now they're saying it out loud, is I don't have to limit myself here. I exist here. I don't have a criminal record. I don't have no kids. I ain't got no STDs. I'm a good dude. And I'm going out on these dates and their nightmares. One chick want me to be a father to their kid, and baby daddy's going to be out of jail in two years, or he's just out and around, and I don't have to deal with this. Let me explore my options. That's your human right. Especially as a black man, that's your human right. Not only are we disrespected in this world, but once upon a time there was a draft. As men, we didn't have a say. And then some of us went into the army and we was treated like second-class citizens in the army because we were black. So get out of here, man. And we supposed to stay and put up with a chick with a snatched waist, a purple wig, eyelashes that look like rakes on her eyes, talking about I am the table. And they don't believe in marriage, but they're financial dating? How dare you? Clay King, salute. How dare you? And then get mad when he wants to get his passport and use his human right? You can't shame a man for doing that. I'm happily married, but I see what brothers is going through. And I ride with the brothers. Y'all ladies are mad at them? The cartoons that made us, salute. Y'all ladies are mad at these men? How about be a little nicer? How about behaving in a feminine way? How about being a little considerate? I know a guy that divorced his wife because she was just mean. He said in 15 years of marriage, he said, man, she never asked how my day was. I'm sitting there with my face made up. She never asked what's wrong with me. She demanded shit from the moment she walked in the door to the moment she walked out the door. Never asked what was going on with me. I'm sorry. It was not, babe, you okay? What's wrong? It was, why your lip poked out? With the teeth sucking first. Why your lip poked out? When he was sick, he said that bitch never brought me any soup. She was just rude. And you stick around because you're trying to hold the family together. You stick around because you're trying to lead by example. Maybe she'll realize she's not being nice to me. He divorced her because she was rude and just mean. He wasn't lying. I knew his wife. I was like, man, I'm shocked you stuck around that long. He said, I just couldn't do it, man. Gave her the apartment. Gave her one of the cars. Said, I will happily pay child support. These kids are good and grown now. But he said, I had to get away from her. And by the time he told her, yo, look, this is what's going on. Last decade and some change. When have you asked me how my day was? You're always beefing. You gained a ton of weight. This is what he said. You gained a ton of weight. You're always beefing. Never said anything to you about it. A couple of times he tried to lay up with her. He slept with her, but it wasn't memorable. Then he was like, yo, her looking like that, it was working itself, but I'm a man. I was trying to get it off, and she didn't want to be bothered. And she was a stay-at-home mother. She was just mean. He literally said, he said, I felt like I was dating my second grade teacher. Meaning that she was mean, like it just had a chip on her shoulder. Yo, come to bed, come lay down. I'm watching my show. Oh, these kids, they always got me mad. You gonna talk to the kids? Kids. All right, well, calm down. Let's leave the kids at somebody, one of our parents' house. Let me take you out. She didn't want to go out. She didn't want to do nothing. Just mad. Always wearing bandanas. I used to see her walk into the store. I'm like, damn, she just really don't give a shit. She didn't give a shit about her appearance. And she was just mean to her. And he said, I couldn't take it no more. I kept talking to her and talking to her. Last 3 years, he was like, yo, we need therapy. We don't need no therapy. You crazy. You crazy. I'm not crazy. These kids are driving me crazy. They only had 2 seats. He said, well, I'm working. He said, you know what? He had to hit it with the divorce papers. And wouldn't you know, he hits it with the divorce paper. Now it's, why are you acting like this? Literally, according to him, been telling her, we got to fix this for a decade. For a decade? If these kids are kicking your ass, look, let's send the kids somewhere. Let's go on a vacation for us. She didn't want to do nothing because the kids are getting on your nerves, but the kids, he was like, yo, the kids are the reason why I couldn't get into bed with her. It was like it was the shield. Oh, I don't feel like it tonight. These kids, and they done tore me up today. I'm just mad. All right, let's send them somewhere. Let's have some adult time. Let me take you out. I don't want to do nothing. I'm tired. All right, kids in school. I'm off today. Let's do something, No. And the kids come home. He's still trying to get a little freaky. Oh, no. You get loud. And the kids, wake up the kids. He's like, man, that bitch ain't want me to touch her. He said, you know what? Fuck it. And of course, the projection. He was probably fucking somebody else. You know, that according to him, that tried to, was you seeing somebody else? Nope. I don't believe it, but you got to prove it. I'm telling you, asked me a question, told you no. Divorced her. Said, don't worry, I'm raising the kids. Never late with child support. And eventually she had to go back to work and get a job and, But she was so mean, she fucked off her marriage. Men are underappreciated. Trust me, y'all see what's going on online. We're underappreciated. There's only a handful of women that appreciate us. Only a handful. We're used for our resources and some of us for good sex. And then when these women have reached wherever they wanted to reach, they're done with us. That's what this term financial dating comes from. It's supposed to be marriage, and that's the point of the show. Financial dating. These modern women, they don't like y'all. I'm a married man, happily. And I'm just telling y'all, brothers, they don't like y'all. These modern women don't like y'all. Now, I'm not painting all women with a broad brush, but the women that don't feel that way, and I do see a lot of sisters speaking up. In all fairness, I do. Mac of the South, my brother. Clay King says Claire Huxtable woman is gone. Yeah, they're the minority now. But think about y'all grandmothers. Y'all think about y'all mothers. You're my age. And don't let them tell you, oh man, but grandpa was always cheating and you let these modern women tell it, you would think that grandma was abused. Nope. Let me tell you something. My grandmothers were some of the, my God, they were some of the most gangster women I've ever seen. My grandfather owned a supermarket in Brooklyn. Okay? His wife, my grandmother, he didn't play with that woman. Not even my grandfather played with that woman. Nope. When the kids made too much noise, she just stuck her head in the living room. And we knew what time it was because we didn't want no smoke. When she said, turn off the damn ColecoVision, it's time to eat. If it wasn't off in the next 10, she had to call us twice. When she came down that hallway, somebody was getting fucked up. Did not play with her. And when her husband, my grandfather, came home, he sat down and opened up the paper. Didn't say a word. He didn't play with her. She ran the house. And you know what he did? He paid for it. He paid for everything, and she ran it inside. He left money. She did the shopping. She did the cooking. She did the cleaning. When the kids came over, she took care of us. I used to sit here in the back, call my grandfather by his name, and he'd go back there. And she appeared mean. She wasn't mean. She appeared mean. She was the backbone. Question. You see these modern women today? Think they could do what grandma did? The grandma that I'm used to? Negative. They're greedy. They're spineless. They're selfish instead of selfless, because my grandparents and my parents, who are grandparents now, they're selfless. They're selfless. And these women don't understand what it is to be selfless. When you hear a term like financial dating, that is selfish. Financial dating is where it's at. You're trying to dig in a man's resources for your own personal gain. You're not saying, okay, this guy, he got it. He's making the same money I am. Okay, let me show him what we can do as a power couple. Because if he's making 150 like me, I know with my brains and his brawn, I could bring him up to 200, 250. Maybe I don't have to stop doing what I'm doing. She's thinking on a team effort, but when a chick starts talking about financial dating instead of marriage, she's thinking about herself. This is a selfish statement. It is defined on Google by AI, which means it's not a real person. You're going to have a lot of idiots following this shit. Financial dating is where it's at. The age of Big Mama's gone. You let these modern women tell you about Big Mama now, they're going to paint a picture like Big Mama was curled up in the corner and abused. No. No. Fuck out of here, man. This new era is an era. T-shirt coming. It's already in the works. This era is in error. Because these kids got it all confused. All confused. None of the women in my family were abused. None of them. In fact, when the women got on there, when they got in their bag and started beefing, whether it be my uncles, my dad, or my grandpops, they just be like, all right, okay. They didn't even go back and forth, and they just got up and they complied, and that was the end of it. On some, here she go. I don't even want to hear it. Let me just do it. They weren't abused. Stop the shit. Financial dating. This is what they're teaching these modern women, these 20-year-olds, these 30-year-olds. All these women, oh, I'm a 10. At 5 feet tall and 270 pounds, you're a 10? No, you built like the O in the number 10. The best part about you is your hair's made up. And this ain't a shot at overweight women. I need you to understand something. What makes you ugly, a large portion of what makes you ugly is your mental state and how you behave. Because I've seen a shitload of pretty women, and then when I've been around them to the point when I heard them talk, complete turnoff. And I've gotten to the point where in my mind, I'm like, yo, if I could punch her in the face and get away with it, I totally would. Because she is the absolute worst. Get what I'm saying? That can make you ugly. When you have these chicks that cut down men, and he has to have this and have to have that, and he has to be this tall and look like The Rock and make this money and have all this time for me, and I'm looking at you, and you got a big old stomach with A-cup titties and a flat butt, but you got your hair done though. What do you bring to the table? I am the table. No, you ate the table. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9 looking ass bitch. And you want a financial date. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out my face. And this is the thought process of these modern women, and it is disgusting. What you bring to the table, shorty? I am the table.
Bullshit.
be mad at me. Humble yourself. Auntie Jenny in the building, salute. This is a disgusting thing that we're dealing with here, and I feel bad for these brothers. And all I ask is for the sisters that have their head on right. You're standing too close to these smuts. Call them out and leave them alone. Call them out and leave them. When I say leave them alone, point at them, shame them, and walk off. Whoa, smut alert. I'm not like that. Look at the smut. That's not me. Look at her. Don't look at me. I'll be over there, fully dressed. Why is it that I can't scroll down Instagram with two motions of the thumb? I see a chick with her ass out, just walking. Cheeks going left and right. It's an abundance now. Why? You wanna know how I know shit is real? Y'all saw Lizzo lately? Lizzo must have lost at least 80 pounds. And Lizzo's not an ugly woman. Very talented. You know, she was just chunky. But she's decided to get into shape. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her. I had to unfollow her on because I was following her to support her. I like Lizzo. She's a nice artist. Rasul, what up? But she was owning her look, which is fine. Like I said, she's not an ugly woman. She's overweight, but that's okay. You know, for now, she's gonna have to get healthy sooner or later for health reasons. She's gonna have to lose weight. But how can I say it? She was compensating her look by over-sexualizing herself. Every time I was scrolling down on Instagram, I saw this one joint where she was making her booty clap in a thong. I'm like, come on, girl. And she slowed the video down and all that. I said, come on, girl. Don't do that. But she did it. And I can't deal with that. So I had to unfollow her. But every now and again, something happens. And, there it is. But last time I saw her, she lost weight. 1 second, y'all. My bad. So, good for her. Good for her. I'm glad she got it together because I don't want to, heart attacks and stuff like that, And she's actually looking quite nicely, so good for her. But she's setting a better example by getting herself in shape and letting the overweight women of all ages see that so they can motivate. You can own your look. You can own it. But eventually it's going to catch up to you. There was a lot of the. I was watching this thing on Instagram. This woman just went down a review of these people that had these podcasts that was structured around them being overweight. It was this one girl saying, yeah, check out my fat podcast, my supersized podcast. And then she stopped, she said she died. And then there was another dude. Oh, yeah, the big man podcast. She was like, he died. And then there was another girl. Yeah, we'll tune into this supersized podcast. She died. I was like, damn. Damn. See? So salute to Lizzo, man. And but there was so much emphasis on Lizzo because there was Lizzo-sized chicks with these high standards for these men. And when the man listen, man, this is what I'm saying, they don't love us. Doesn't a man deserve, if he's making X amount of dollars and he's become the best version of himself, doesn't he deserve a woman that he finds attractive? Doesn't he deserve that? No, we don't deserve shit. We got to be the best looking, the best height, the beard and everything else, the car and the houses. When it comes to them, love us unconditionally because we're real with your weave. Financial dating. This is a new low, y'all. Financial dating, not what can I do to get a husband? They're not calling it financial dating. It's a selfish statement. Don't accept it. It's bullshit. If a chick steps to you with it, what you do is, you know what you do? Get a meme from 300 when Leonidas kicked that nigga into the well and just send it to her. I'm sure it's a gift file somewhere. Do you believe in financial dating? And you send that to her. This is Sparta. Remember that? And he kicked her. If you could just put some words in there. F you with a lit flare, and then kick her in the well. That's what you do. Get out of here. I got to talk this boxing in the morning. I know these chicks are mad. You be mad. It's okay. Because as soon as I saw this slogan, I said financial dating, immediately. Everything he said about these modern women are right. Everything is right. It's funny as hell. Don't forfeit, fellas. Stand on your square. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Much love and appreciation to every last one of y'all. If I missed you in the chat, know that I love you. If y'all never saw the Painful Excellence podcast, wait a minute. If y'all never, because I'm airing on my boxing channel too. I'm doing something. YouTube is funny style. This is, that's the channel right there. So make sure you go sign up to there. And I'm going to be doing, exactly, Auntie Jenny. You got to cook healthy meals. Absolutely. I'm going to do a Patreon. That's coming soon. I'm going to have a tank. My first video is going to be a tank video. There's going to be a lot of things that I can't do here. So we're going to have to go over to Patreon. And we're going to rock out over there. So salute to all of you, man. Much love and appreciation. Love each other, man. And I'll catch you on the rebound, man. Take it gently.